From avocado toast to celery juice, now I do like those, there's certainly no shortage of, God, let me try that again. Take two. There is certainly no shortage of food fads these days, but are they worth all the fuss? Registered dietitian and our dear friend Carolyn O'Neill is here to tell us about some scary good food trends. Carolyn. Oh boy. Some of this is interesting.
Well, you know, we're all on Instagram. We certainly see what people are talking about, maybe what they're eating, what they're drinking. And a lot of the food trends are really based on new science, new nutrition.
Sure.
Some of them are based on, like, who knows what. I drove around town here in Atlanta to pick up some exciting examples of hot food trends. And we're going to start with one that really caught my eye. Full creds to my son, Jack Chapman. He said, Mom, have you tried the charcoal lemonade at Upbeat? And I'm like, okay, I went over there. Cheers, let's try it.
No alcohol in here, just charcoal lemonade? Okay.
So charcoal, and this is, of course, activated charcoal. Let me give you some background. It's supposed to clear the toxins, you know, from your system. And when you go to the emergency room, let's say, and you've actually taken a toxin, a poison, they do give you charcoal. So I'm thinking to myself, well, if it's this active, should we really be doing this on an everyday basis? So
right.
As a dietitian, I did a little research. One of the actions in the emergency room for charcoal actually makes you throw up. So you get rid of the toxins. Not a good look at the fancy salad bar.
No.
Okay?
So when do we, what are you saying? If we do this, is it more once a week?
To be honest, I don't think it's going to do a big job on detox. If you really need to be detoxed, you need to go to the emergency room. And you know, we also have the charcoal toothpaste that's out and charcoal face masks. So it's kind of a hot trend now for just cleaning things up.
Yes.
And of course, there's a background in this. I would suggest the turmeric, which is also a hot new lemonade.
Yes.
For, and again, this is, we know it's a root and it's a spice and it's anti-inflammatory.
Better. Okay, wow.
And the reason we have the magic 8 ball here is, should we consume more charcoal in our foods and drinks? Wait, most likely? What do you mean most likely?
No.
Hold on.
Okay, now, by the way, I think one of the producers was saying, we were talking about this yesterday, that they're like serving it with alcohol, like in bars and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's a trend, so don't overdo your charcoal there, and certainly not the lighter fluid.
Okay.
Okay, now we're moving on to this bowl of soup, and what this represents in a trend is souping is the new juicing.
Okay.
And we know with juicing, you can have too much sugar or too much calories. So with soups, obviously delicious, nutritious. This is a carrot ginger soup, but always watch the sodium content of soups. So when you're like souping all day long, pay attention to salt.
Sure, but if you're making it yourself, then, you
can control that. And the carrot ginger, of course, being a spice, which is healthy.
Yes.
All right, now this one, I want you to first of all take a look at these beautiful little sandwiches. They look like pulled pork sandwiches.
They look amazing.
And little tacos that maybe you've got a little shredded chicken in there or something. No. This is vegan, and it is actually made with jackfruit. Now I'm holding up a piece of jackfruit.
Hold on a minute.
This fork.
That is not meat. That is a fruit.
It is actually a giant fruit that grows in the tropics or subtropical regions, and there's a little teeny. I got a little teeny thing for you there.
Thank you.
And that actually is the chili lime flavor, by the way, I used in the tacos. But it is a carbohydrate. Of course, it's a plant. I feel like it's sort of like hearts of palm. Okay? It's got the texture, and it's very, very popular with folks who are vegan, or even if you're not a vegan and want to enjoy less meat in your diet. It's something that's satisfying. What do you think?
Is it satisfying, Carolyn?
It's okay.
I was not going to say satisfying. I was going to say interesting.
It photographs well, doesn't it?
It does photograph. All right, actually, I wasn't appreciating it at first, but I do love hearts of palm, so when you said that, I could wrap my arms around it.
Yeah, but I think, you know, for vegans, it's absolutely a terrific thing for them to have the option. And it's so moving on, we just dismeat a little bit there, but let me just show you one of the other big trends.
Now this, please,
is portable protein. And let me point out, you know, there was a recent study that showed that consuming red meat and prepared meats is not going to damage our health. You know, it just seems like with butter, it's this way, it's that way. Red meat is this way, it's that way. But the bottom line is nothing has changed. We in America consume maybe 2 to 4 servings of red meat or prepared meats a week. We don't want to go above that. But feel good about getting the nutrients that you have in red meats, certainly iron and the B vitamins. So again, there was so much you know, talk about this, like, but it doesn't mean green light, eat all the red meat you want.
No. Yeah. But again, if you're talking about a quick snack on the go, you've got your protein, you've got your dairy, you're good to go.
And the
Vitamin
prepared
D.
meats are good. All right, so we all love hummus with the chickpea. I went and found some really creative hummuses. This is the buffalo chicken flavor, and then I know you're still eating, but this one really blew my mind. It is a chocolate hummus. And so again, as a dietitian, I read the label, and what I found was that the first ingredient is still chickpea, okay? And it's actually not very high in calories, not very sweet. So I think, you know, if you want your chocolate fix,
I do.
It might, you know, versatility in your hummus world there, you know.
That's really, the guys are like looking at me like, are you okay? No, I actually like this. Green light this. That is really good.
So,
and buffalo, I would love.
And it's the dark chocolate, which of course is lovely with the antioxidants.
Perfect.
Another trend, moving away from nuts to seeds. Obviously sunflower seeds, and this is a sunflower seed nut butter. See that we have okay, put your
it's so
and that's jicama, by the way, we're using, which is a root vegetable,
Carolyn,
very high in protein, kind of like an apple and a potato combo.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
this
seeds.
is very runny.
And seeds are very high in protein, and fewer allergies are associated with seeds.
That's delicious.
Okay, and again,
like
the
that
same
too?
healthy fats. As a dietitian, you've got all that in your nut butters, your seed butters as well.
Very good. Okay.
Now we're moving on to the liquid portion of portion control. Big trend: cocktails in a can. Okay, now I'm going to hand you a Negroni.
Negroni.
Here you go.
What is in a Negroni?
Well, dry gin, vermouth, and red bitters. But the reason I want to point this out is when you're buying cocktails in a can, folks, I want you to read the label. You know they say read the label, set a better table. Well, read the label so you're able to, you know, walk home, okay, or whatever, be able to like call the Uber, because some of them are very, very high in alcohol, 26% alcohol.
Taste
some are only 4%. So again, read that label. Another trend's just the boozes are getting really more beautiful than ever.
Okay, y'all, this tiny little can, 4%. Be careful. Be careful
26% alcohol.
I'm sorry, 26%.
It's already going to her head. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I got to get this out.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me about those, because
Well,
everything
we have
now
a
is
rosé vodka, so we have pink vodka, and we have infused gin. Now this gin, the reason it's this beautiful blue purple color, again, talk about Instagram, this butterfly pea flower, and you make a tea with it, and this company colors their gin, and it makes obviously a beautiful violet, gorgeous martini or whatever you're going to make. And again, back to alcohol and health. A little bit is good, and if it's something you're going to savor and be mindful about enjoying the beauty and some of the alcohol, again, a win-win in the happy, healthy kitchen.
You know what? I would say about 70%.
Let's get that magic 8 ball again.
Hold me up, Carolyn. Am I going to be okay to drive home? Coming up, forget all the monsters and the ghosts of your childhood. The real...